Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive. Today, we're taking a look at the career roadmap and LinkedIn profile of Minoru Miino. And wow, you are clearly someone on the move.
It's true. What we have here is like a snapshot of somebody at a really interesting point in their career, a really solid background in IT, adding some serious business skills and looking to kind of bring it all together and become a data specialist.
Yeah.
It's a smart strategy that we're seeing a lot these days.
15 years with one company is quite a commitment, a major Japanese IT vendor. At that company, you held roles like infrastructure engineer, service, delivery manager, and project manager. What does that kind of tenure say about someone?
I think it suggests someone who really values, stability and loyalty and building deep expertise within a specific domain. But then we see a shift to a leading Japanese consulting firm after that, which implies a desire for new challenges and a broader perspective, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So you got the technical chops from those early IT roles, and then you add in that consulting experience where you focused on process improvement and IT project planning and development. That's a really powerful combination, right?
Absolutely. It means you're not just a tech person. You understand the business side of things, how to
Right.
identify problems and work towards solutions. And one thing that is really interesting here is the global scope of your experience. The word global appears several times in your materials, and you even highlight global network as a core skill.
And it's not just talk either. Your client list is really impressive, like a who's who of major industries, electronics, pharmaceuticals, automotive securities, and you've even worked with a special steel maker in the Middle East.
Exactly. That kind of experience is invaluable in today's globalized world. And, your roadmap even mentions working on some really diverse projects: VDI implementation, exchange, online, global mobile integration, and scrap metal procurement support in the Middle East.
For anyone who's not up on their IT acronyms, VDI, or Virtual Desktop Infrastructure, is a technology that allows users to access a desktop environment remotely, which can be really useful for large organizations. So we see the solid foundation in IT and consulting, a global mindset, and then here's where things get really interesting. You're currently pursuing an MBA at Holt International Business School and working towards a master's in business analytics, which you expect to complete in 2025. It's like you're on this incredible journey of adding these highly sought after data skills to an already impressive skill set.
It's a very strategic move. Data is transforming every industry, and you're positioning yourself to be a leader in this new landscape. This combination of technical know-how, business acumen, and data analysis skills is incredibly powerful, and your roadmap points towards some exciting potential career paths: data analyst, business intelligence expert, data management consultant.
And it seems like you've even thought about what type of company you would thrive in. Tech companies and consulting firms are definitely on your radar. It's clear you've put a lot of thought into this.
This isn't just a plan, it's like a roadmap for success. You've identified your strength, you're filling the gaps with in-demand skills, and you're actively pursuing your goals.
You also highlight some really important strengths that you've developed. Flexible communication to understand client needs, being responsible and proactive from planning to execution, working comfortably in international business settings. These are all gold in today's interconnected world.
Absolutely. And it seems you're comfortable communicating in both Japanese and non-Japanese settings, especially with the plans for your blog. Even though it's still in the planning stages, it shows a willingness to share your knowledge and build your personal brand.
There's a lot more to unpack here, so let's move on to part two of this deep dive, where we'll explore how this unique combination of skills and experiences could create some real impact, particularly in those industries that you're eyeing.
Sounds good to me. It's fascinating to see how your roadmap reflects this changing nature of career paths today.
It's true. The days of climbing a single corporate ladder are kind of fading away.
Absolutely. Today, it's more like navigating a jungle gym, with people making these lateral moves, acquiring a diverse set of skills, and forging their own unique paths.
And you're a perfect example of that. This blend of deep IT knowledge, business skills, and data analysis expertise, it's really savvy.
It speaks to a really proactive approach to career building. You're not just waiting for opportunities, you're creating them by anticipating the skills that will be in demand.
So are those traditional linear career paths becoming obsolete?
I wouldn't say obsolete, but they're definitely being challenged.
Yeah.
The skills that were hot even 5 years ago might be irrelevant today.
Right.
Technology, globalization, the needs of industries, it's all changing so rapidly.
So how do we adapt? How do we stay ahead of the curve in this constantly shifting landscape?
It all comes down to continuous learning and adaptability. And you, Minoru, clearly get that pursuing your MBA and master's in business analytics. It really shows a commitment to staying relevant and building on your existing strengths.
And it's not just about formal education either. It's about nurturing that natural curiosity, exploring new fields, and always being open to learning.
Precisely. And another thing that stood out to me in your roadmap was this emphasis on global network.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a buzzword, it's like a necessity in our interconnected world.
Yeah, your experience working with clients across continents and industries definitely speaks to that. It's one thing to say you have a global perspective. It's another to have actually lived it and navigated different cultures and ways of doing business.
Exactly. It broadens your horizons, it exposes you to different perspectives, and ultimately makes you a more adaptable and effective professional.
So for our listeners out there who might be wondering how to cultivate their own global network, where do they even begin?
Start by being genuinely curious about other cultures.
Oh.
Travel, if you can, learn a new language,
Hmm.
connect with people from different backgrounds. Even simple things like trying new cuisines or exploring international films can really spark that global mindset.
And let's not forget the power of online platforms. LinkedIn professional forums, even social media can be great tools for connecting with people from all over the world.
Absolutely. It's about being proactive and intentional, about building those connections. Now, shifting gears a bit, I have to admit something. Minoru, when I first saw sushi making and ballroom dancing on your roadmap, I was a little surprised.
Me too. It's not every day you see those hobbies listed alongside technical skills and career aspirations.
But then I realized it's actually quite brilliant. It might seem insignificant at first glance, but it reveals a lot about your personality.
It shows you're not just a tech whiz. You're a well-rounded individual with diverse interests and passions, and in today's world, that's a huge asset.
It is. Employers are looking for more than just technical competence. They want people who are adaptable, creative, who can think outside the box and bring a fresh perspective.
Those hobbies also suggest someone who knows how to connect with people, build rapport, and maybe even inject a bit of fun into the workplace.
Imagine you in a job interview, Minoru, being able to talk passionately about your love for sushi or your ballroom dancing skills. It could make you unforgettable.
It definitely adds a human touch, reminding everyone that you're not just a collection of skills and experiences, but a whole person with passions and interests outside of work.
Exactly. And that brings us back to your roadmap itself, Minoru. It's clearly a well-defined guide for your career trajectory, helping you identify those skill gaps, plan your next move, and stay motivated.
It's like having a personalized GPS for your professional journey. But how does someone even begin to create a roadmap like that? It can feel daunting.
It all starts with self-reflection. Take some time to really assess your skills, experiences, aspirations. Think of it like a personal SWOT analysis: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats.
So, yeah, I like that.
Once you have that clear picture of where you stand, you can start setting those SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
I love SMART goals.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to dream big. Break down those larger aspirations into smaller, actionable steps. For example, if your goal is to become a data analyst, you might start by taking online courses or attending workshops to build that foundational knowledge.
You could also pursue certifications, work on personal projects to build your portfolio, or even volunteer your data analysis skills for a nonprofit organization.
And of course, networking is crucial. Connect with people in your target industry. Attend industry events. Seek out mentors who can provide guidance and support.
It sounds like creating a roadmap is an ongoing process, not something you just do once and forget about.
Absolutely. Your roadmap should evolve as you gain new experiences, acquire new skills, and refine your goals. It's a living document that guides you along your career journey.
So it's important to review and update it regularly to ensure it still aligns with your aspirations and the ever-changing demands of the job market.
Exactly. The beauty of a roadmap is that it provides clarity, focus, and a sense of purpose. It empowers you to take control of your career trajectory and shape your own destiny.
Minoru, your intentional approach to career building is truly inspiring. You're not just waiting for things to happen, you're actively making them happen.
And that's a key takeaway for our listeners. You're not a passenger on this journey, you're the driver. You have the power to choose your destination and chart the course to get there.
And it's never too late to start. Whether you're just starting out looking for a change or simply wanting to stay ahead of the curve, taking the time to create a roadmap can be incredibly beneficial.
It can be a game changer. Providing clarity, direction, and that all-important sense of purpose, who knows? It might even lead you to a destination you never thought possible.
Speaking of unexpected destinations earlier, we touched upon your potential in the hospitality industry. It might seem like an unusual fit at first, but when you consider the power of data in that sector, it becomes quite intriguing.
It really does.
Yeah.
Restaurants and hotels generate a massive amount of data: customer preferences, inventory, operational efficiency. It's a gold mine of insights just waiting to be unearthed.
And someone with your data analysis skills could help them optimize pricing strategies, create personalized customer experiences, streamline operations, and so much more.
Imagine using predictive analytics to forecast demand-managed staffing levels or even reduce food waste. The possibilities are endless.
You could even use data to personalize the dining experience, creating customized menus, tailoring recommendations, and even adjusting the ambiance based on individual preferences. It's like taking personalized marketing to a whole new level.
Personalized dining.
Yeah,
That's a
okay.
brilliant concept. And let's not forget your sushi making skills. Minoru. You could use data analysis to optimize your sushi making process, analyze the perfect rice to fish ratio, or even predict which rolls will be most popular based on customer trends.
Now you're talking a data-driven sushi chef. That's a recipe for success. It beautifully combines your culinary passion with your analytical abilities.
It's a perfect example of how seemingly unrelated skills and interests can intersect to create something truly innovative and fulfilling.
It's a reminder to never underestimate the power of combining your passions and thinking outside those traditional career boxes.
The lines between different industries are becoming increasingly blurred, opening up exciting opportunities for cross-pollination of skills and ideas.
So to our listeners out there, don't be afraid to experiment. Combine your passions, forge your own unique path, and who knows what amazing destinations you might discover.
The world is your oyster, and data might just be the pearl. But before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I think it's important to address one final element of your roadmap, Minoru.
I agree. We've talked about your skills, your experience, your global network, and even your hobbies, but we haven't delved into your values.
What are the guiding principles that drive your career decisions? What do you ultimately hope to achieve with your work? These are important questions to consider because a fulfilling career is about more than just titles and salaries.
It's about finding work that aligns with your values and allows you to make a positive impact on the world. And that's something we'll explore in the final part of our deep dive.
Stay tuned, folks, because things are about to get even more interesting.
Okay, Minoru, we've covered so much. Your technical expertise, global experience, even your love for sushi and ballroom dancing.
It really does paint a picture of someone who is not afraid to embrace those different worlds and find the connections that others maybe wouldn't.
Exactly. You've clearly put a lot of thought into how all these pieces fit together to shape your future career. But there's one piece of the puzzle that we haven't quite explored yet. What kind of impact do you hope to make? What's that driving force behind your ambitions?
It's like the why behind the what. And it's often the most revealing part of anyone's story.
Yeah, I like that. And while we don't have like a written mission statement from you, we can definitely look for clues in the choices you've made.
For sure. Your decision to pursue an MBA and a master's in business analytics says a lot. It suggests you're not content with just working with data. You want to use it strategically to really solve some real-world business challenges.
And your interest in tech companies and consulting firms kind of narrows it down a bit. These are environments that value innovation, data-driven decision-making, and often operate on that global scale.
It's like you're drawn to the epicenter of change where you can be a part of shaping the future.
Maybe it's about being at the forefront of technological advancement, contributing to projects with global impact, or simply finding solutions to complex problems that make a tangible difference.
And don't forget your background in IT consulting, Minoru. You've seen firsthand how technology can transform businesses, improve efficiency, and solve real-world problems for clients across various industries.
Perhaps that experience sparked a desire to leverage data in a similar way, to identify those hidden opportunities, optimize performance, and drive positive change for those organizations.
It's a very compelling theory. And, this is someone who has spent years in demanding roles, managing complex projects, delivering results under pressure. It suggests a certain resilience, a drive to take on challenges and make a really meaningful contribution.
It's like you're on a quest to find the most impactful way to apply this unique combination of talents. And honestly, it's really inspiring.
While we can't definitively say what drives you deep down, we see a very clear pattern of ambition, strategic thinking, and a desire to create something really meaningful.
You're not just building a career, you're crafting a path that aligns with your values and aspirations.
And that's a powerful lesson for all of us, isn't it? To take ownership of our journeys, identify what really motivates us, and seek out those opportunities that really resonate with our core values.
Because at the end of the day, it's about finding that sweet spot where passion and purpose intersect, where your work becomes more than just a job. It becomes a fulfilling expression of who you are.
Well said. And with that, I think we've reached the end of our deep dive into the fascinating world of Minoru Nago.
It's been a pleasure exploring your roadmap with you, Minoru. And to our listeners, we hope this has sparked some ideas about your own career journeys.
Remember, it's never too late to learn new skills. Explore those new possibilities and pursue what truly excites you.
Your career is an adventure, not a destination. Embrace those twists and turns, stay curious, and most importantly, stay true to yourself.
And as always, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.